The disparaging remarks followed Indian Prime Minister Modi's visit to Lakshadweep. Although Shiona has deleted her tweets, the incident has sparked a diplomatic row between the neighbouring countries.
Prime Minister Modi laid the foundation stone of development projects in Agati. These projects are worth over 1,150 crore rupees. So can this little archipelago replace the Maldives for Indians?
Recently, India's PM visited Lakshadweep Island, a union territory of India, which turned out to be a geopolitical storm in the Indian Ocean. You must be thinking, what's the issue if an Indian Prime Minister visits one of its territory? Except it was apparently much more than that. Near the shores of Lakshadweep Island, there happens to be an island nation, Maldives, which has a history of bittersweet relations with India. The latest being new president coming to power, and the rhetoric of anti-India. And then what followed was the president-elect asking Indian troops to leave. India and Maldives have reached an agreement to secure the withdrawal of Indian military personnel from the country. Funny thing is, they also have a set discussion if Indian supplied defense platform could remain in the service. But what were Indian forces doing there in the first place? Apparently, a dangerous number of military personnel of 77. True, if those were the guys, were there to help operate helicopters and Dornier aircraft, which has been provided to improve the emergency service and medical evacuations in the Maldives. These troops conducted more than 500 medical evacuations over the past 5 years and were also responsible for island nations' maritime surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities. So if India was there to help, why were they asked to leave? The presence of foreign military personnel on Maldives soil have been portrayed by some groups as a threat to the country's sovereignty. And they ran apparently a successful campaign of India out. President Musi framed this discussion on a safeguard for the nation's sovereignty, urging India to acknowledge and respect it. Coming to why PM visiting Lakshadweep was an issue, you see, Lakshadweep is located in the neighborhood of Maldives and in many terms offer the same atmosphere. The timing of PM visiting Lakshadweep is sending a message to Indians to go for Lakshadweep instead. Indian tourists contribute in a big way as they are the largest source of international visitors, accounting for 11.3% of the total market share in 2020. Maldives Tourism Ministry also reported that Indians made up 23% of the tourist arrivals in the Maldives as of October 13, 2021. Tourism is the main source of economic activity for the Maldives, directly contributing to 30% of the GDP and generating more than 60% of the foreign currency earnings. It powered the GDP per capita to expand to 265% in 1980s and a further of 115% in 1990s. Taxes on tourist industry have been plowed into infrastructure and it is used to improve technology in the agriculture sector. So a more beautiful, serene and affordable alternative to Maldives can have a detrimental effect on Maldivian economy. Well, the real reason why Maldives asked Indian soldiers to pack up is yes, China. Maldives is trying to balance two regional powers and apparently having Indian soldiers in its territory is bad for Chinese business. Now, as a pro-Chinese and anti-Indian president got elected, so we all know which direction this ship will steer. Like the trade deficit is much larger with China than with India. The trade relation between Maldives and India has been historically close and friendly, with India being one of the first countries to recognize Maldives' independence and to establish a diplomatic ties. India has also provided assistance to Maldives in times of crisis, such as 1988 coup attempt, 2004 tsunami, the 2014 water crisis, and 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. India and Maldives have also signed several agreements on the cooperation in the area such as defense, security, health, education, tourism, and connectivity. The trade relation between Maldives and China have been growing rapidly in the recent years. China has invested heavily in infrastructure projects in Maldives, such as bridges, roads, airport, and resorts. China has also provided loans and grants to Maldives, which have increased Maldives' debt burden and dependence on China. China and Maldives have also signed a free trade agreement (FTA) in 2017, which has not yet been ratified by Maldivian parliament. But in spite of all this, India still can't take the relations with island country lightly, as Maldives is a very important strategic partner thanks to its location. Also, it is a very big part of China's BRI or Belt or Road Initiative. Hence, distancing Maldives may not be in strategic interest of India. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and do like, share and subscribe to MBAdied for more business case studies and news.